1 year.
Ooh, baby. Morning's here again. So let's do this, sugar. And no cream. Wake up slow, take that first sip. Shizzy's got 'em slipping, losing their grip. His moves so smooth to start your day. What you gonna do? Oh, you know the way. You know Papa don't flinch, don't blink. Ooh, baby, he's sharper than you think. Morning Whiz, take it in. Shizzy's got a whole new spin. Fools keep falling, truth's on fire. Papa Nut just lit the pyre. Oh no, they tried to come for him. Look at those fools looking so dim. They poke, they scratch, they beg, they plead. But I'm right here, waiting for my daddy to lead. Pour it black, shake off the night. Shizzy's tease and get me going just right. Morning Whiz, start the show. Sip it slow, let it flow. Fools are crying, game's been set. Ooh, baby, they ain't seen nothing yet. Now that's a morning sugar. Coffee's hot and burning. And Shizzy Daddy, oh, he's just getting started. Come on, Daddy, get me some of that something.
Oh my God, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry. They just did the Velcro shit.
Man, what a morning. What a morning. Good to see all you fine chatters. It is a wonderful day. Good to see you. 2012 L French Psycho Gwen. Good to see you, Stacy Nat. How you doing this morning? Hey Faves, good to see you. Oh my gosh. Look at that, Francis. How you doing? We also got Linda Harvey, Curbless, French Psycho, Just, Jolanda. I love the name. That's a beautiful name. How you doing? It is so good to see all of you guys. What a crazy, crazy evening, man. If you missed it last night with Mo in the Deep End, and we got a little bit more coming up tonight with Mo, so that's going to be an absolute blast. We were going over Laura Owens. Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. But we got a lot on our plate this morning. I don't know if I'll even be able to get to all of it because there's so much. Oh, and of course we got little vomit over there. He's all hurt because nobody wants to talk to him. Well, I mean, I responded to him, so he can feel at least a little bit of love, just a small amount. How you doing, SWLFL Bach? How you doing? New subscription, love my video, my coverage of the Just LOLcows. Well, thank you. And I'll get into that a little bit today. I'll probably start out with that this morning because that's going to be pretty interesting. Now, like I said, if Jess would just calm her shit down, she could stop the bleeding, but it just seems to be coming on. Yes, Jolanda, that's a beautiful name. I mean, come on. I mean, what's not to love about that? It just rolls off the tongue like, oh yeah, we got you. So this crazy stuff came up in my thing here. So this is from yesterday. Yeah, this is from yesterday. Yeah, whenever she did her little circle, it was 9.9. It's down 9.8, and then this is today. So yesterday, today, yesterday, today. Yes. You know, it's really easy to stop this kind of pain going away. See, whenever you see your channel doing this number right here, Jess, it's because you did something bad. Now, you know, it's really easy to say, well, I never said that. I never did that. But we've all seen the behavior. We've all seen the behavior. Whenever your channel is dropping like that, it means you did something you shouldn't have probably done. Why does this channel dump like that? Well, I mean, are you going to teach people how to do the YouTubes? Oh, you can't see the numbers? Oh, well, here it says, we'll zoom in on it a little bit. How's that? If that works, let's see if we can zoom in. 9.89. See, big numbers right there. 9.89. And this is what it was the day before, 9.94. Whenever you start bleeding numbers like that, there's an issue. And it turns out that it's you. It's you, Jess. And all it would have taken is to apologize. That's all it would have taken. Just to give a nice little apology and say, hey, you know, I messed up. I didn't vet what the information was. I was taking one person's side over this. And you know, Baker's over it. You know why Baker's over it? Is this live or Gags the Clown not letting me wake up? Oh, it's Gags the Clown. Gags the Clown not waking you up. And speaking of, if you didn't see it, go watch Expert Stream from last night. You know, and he gives a nice breakdown about a good friend of his and watching the amount of garbage that was coming at him. You know, that was the first time that he actually exploded over this crap. I mean, you know, it's like, why are you guys doing this crap to my good friend? We've seen the bad behavior. We've seen the really bad behavior from these people that will just make up shit, not vet anything that's going on. And we call those people LOLcows. We've got lots of them in this space. Don't know why it is, but they all seem to get angry and a little bit upset because, well, they just don't pay attention to what's going on. I'm trying to guess where I need to start this morning. This is Shizzywhiznut. I heard her not know you. What a loser! Yeah, how could you not know me? Come on, I'm the best journalist on the YouTubes outside of everyone else. I mean, I suck at this. But I'm happy to suck at this. The expert. What's happening to you? You were on Baker's 4 hours ago. No sleep today. No, he sleeps. He probably fell asleep halfway through the stream. Or either that or just fell out of his chair laughing. It's amazing that you've got all these wonderful people out there that are out creating content, and then you've got people like the LOLcows that just go on the attack of people, not understanding what all is going on. Her coming after Cyber Chick, I think was one of the ultimate, you know, really got on my nerves. You know, I know that Baker can put up with quite a bit. And it actually forced me to go back and look at quite a bit of the stuff that was going on with Baker. Cause I mean, I've talked to him in private and said, you know, and he wouldn't talk about it. The minimal amount, he was just like, I got crazy on the left, crazy on the right. And I'm just trying to do my show. And these people are making it difficult for me to, you know, to put together a solid stream, because they're constantly on the attack, because you got this crazy J7 that's out there with some freakish, you know, man crush that I just got to get away from. It's like, but she just won't leave me alone. Just won't leave me alone. It's like, well, I don't know how to tell you. I mean, there's, you could always give her the D. He's like, no, God, no, don't want to do that. I mean, that seems very pitiful that she's that damn lonely, that she's reaching out to a guy that's halfway across the world, you know, slipping into his DMs, and, you know, just because she wants something, and it's stalkerish. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Just like, oh, I used to like him. I think that was her response. We used to be good friends. We were never friends, J7. We were never friends. I came on one stream, I believe it was, with J7. I think it was on Experts, and it was not memorable. That's how bad it was. It was not memorable. Sorry. I mean, Expert could tell you if I was on a stream with her. I don't know. I don't know. I have short-term memory. I'm old. I'm fat. What do you expect? You know, I don't pay that much attention. Oh, I pay attention to people that are good, you know, that don't want to cause problems. Or the LOLcows that like to cause all kinds of problems. I mean, we've got one here that I think sort of needs to be seen here. And that's the Lips and Chips. Now, if you don't know who Lips and Chips are, well, they're that memorable also. So you've got a couple of this couple, if you call them that. That is going through, let's see, multiple divorces. Oh, no, they're just with each other. They file for divorce, you know, and then don't ever go through with it, and just basically clog up the court. It's insane to me. And they I think they tried doing YouTube once. I mean, and then they just sort of failed at that. They probably could have gotten monetized. The only problem is there was a lot of that same stalkerish kind of behavior, the unhinged, you know, spiraling up and spiraling down kind of crap that was happening off and on. And, you know, for those of you that are new here, you know, we like to cover all kinds of different court cases and, you know, sort of see what's going on with them. And there's this content creator that also runs his own business. I should say runs his own business. And of course, you know, that means that he's failing at YouTube because he has a YouTube channel also, but he spends more time working than he does, you know, streaming, you know, and he looks at storage units. That's really it. And he moved into this little town to do this snowbird thing, you know, where basically he had a centralized location in Florida, you know, and this is a guy from Ohio. So he's like checking out property down in Florida, try to get a centralized location where he can do the storage unit and have a place to bring all of that storage unit stuff and be able to sort through it, sell it. You've got, you know, postal services, and it's a thriving business for him. Like, you know, hey, you know, in the wintertime, I can be in this Arctic cold in Ohio, or in the wintertime, I can go down to this little place in Florida and get it set up and sort of be down there all winter and, you know, do keep business going. You know, money comes in, money goes out, and sort of, you know, journaling his life. Well, it just so happened that he had a stalker. a pretty bad one at that, that decided to move into the property across the street from him. Now, whenever we're talking about the property across the street from him, we're talking over 40 acres of 40 or 70. I forget off the top of my head, but about 40 acres. It has a cell phone tower on there, and it is just one big, huge piece of property. Not all of it is usable because some of it is wooded. We've got creeks, you've got water that flows through it. So you can't build in certain places on it, but there's a house there. And we started following his journey through this, going from Ohio to Florida to building up to where, he had a place and even bought an old school building that they found to be much better for the big storage. Thank you, Alan. 70 acres. I couldn't remember if it was 70 or 40, but thank you for that. I couldn't remember. Thank you. So he ended up with this nice piece of property. Well, not so nice, but he had a person that was watching him almost religiously, sort of following along. And some things you have to understand about this guy is his employees, he likes to take care of them. He sets them up with a place to live. They get a regular salary. They do all of this work for him quite a bit, where they're basically running his business. So whenever he's, leaves Florida and goes back to Ohio, it can keep churning out the work. There's something going on constantly, and these people are compensated for it, So through all of this, you get Stalker moves in across. Before they move in across, they have him tear down a tree, which he had no idea at the time that they didn't even own the property. Just pulling down this old rotted tree so they would have access. Now there was a house on this property, but that sort of was condemned. It had been rotting out and falling apart and ended up getting scraped. Well, these people decided to live on a campground in the meantime for probably about a year while they got everything set up for a place to live, which is to this day still half complete. 1.6 acres to be accurate. Thank you very much, Sharon. So they got this little place. They got some power there. They installed a septic tank. They started building a metal shed, which, is sort of like one of those barn sheds. Started building that up. Once they got that built up to a certain point, well, they stopped. And then they started harassing, this guy, Jeremy, really giving him a hard time. And he goes to file a restraining order in Ohio because she's contacted his Ohio place. She's getting a little bit more pissed. She's angry at him. She starts, saying that he's ruining the neighborhood, and he's a bad neighbor. He's this rotten, horrible person. Well, he goes and, gets a restraining order in Ohio because he can't get one because he's not a resident of Florida. He's still a resident of Ohio. And she's reached out to his mayor up there, which just happens to be a friend of his, accusing him of all of these things. I don't know if he's a friend. He was a friend at the time, but the mayor of his town. So he gets a restraining order against her in Ohio. While that's going on, she files for one against him in Florida. He can't get one in Florida because, well, he's not a Florida resident. He has to get it in his place of residence. Fast forward a year, and it's not getting any better. He's trying to get a deposition on her in Florida. She flips out, and eventually she dismisses the restraining order against him in Florida after dealing with a really shitty judge that was handling things inappropriately. He got removed from ever handling a case with, he screwed it up so bad that they actually put him up for judicial review and agreed that, this guy should not be, handling any of his restraining order stuff there. She eventually drops a restraining order, but in the meantime, these other people start coming in and they go on the attack. So much so that they get themselves set up into a lawsuit. I hope I'm hitting all the right points here. Well, in the process of these people getting set up in a lawsuit, it's no different than what we've seen online with the LOLcows. You know, get this lawsuit. In the meantime, this same crazy neighbor that has been harassing him decides to have people come on and off. Someone has a piece of property that needs to be removed from there. You know, his home, his trailer that she claims is hers. In the process, they get the sheriff down there. They manage to get the trailer off, but she sues those people for trespassing. In doing so, whenever she did this, she was supposed to handle this, didn't quite handle it right, and got dismissed the case. And her attorney died in the process. Had nothing to do with that, just died because he had medical issues in the first place. And then they also tried starting up this other case, the thumbnail case, because she got so upset about using her on a thumbnail. No different than you would in news stories. You know, you see the same thing. Jolene, for example, she'll put up the LOLcows image up there of say, this is who we're talking about today. No different than, CNN would put up an image of the president saying, this is the story, top news, or, some other person. It wouldn't be any different than that. You've got those images, but they found that was inappropriate, although she's a public figure because she ran for public office. Fast forward to a year and a half later, you've got this other person that jumps in out of nowhere and starts harassing also, to the point where sued me, Tug, Megan, J-Hip, 10 other John or Jane Does, Jeremy, George, if you're wondering who George is. George is Jeremy's partner, I guess is the best way to put it, suing her. And he basically says, and Larry Foreman was involved in another one. I mean, you've got all of these content creators that are out there covering this, but in covering it, they're wanting to bring them into lawsuits. I won that case. Good to know. So did Tug, Megan, J-Hip, Jeremy, George. But because the psycho across the street on advice from her counsel that wasn't counsel anymore because she fired him in the first case that was brought against her for, posting really bad signs on the side of on the side of the road, calling him a child predator and things like that. No different than what we've seen somebody do about the Broken Baker. Yeah, she managed to get herself in a lawsuit over that. Her and her ex-husband that lives with her, and she also has a child. Yeah, crazy. Stacey Nat, I'll get to that in a minute. And people start getting involved. You got this other content creator that wants to go out there and just destroy his YouTube empire. Before she got involved in this, she was running probably maybe about 1,000 members, somewhere around in there. Her views on any stream that she would do, because she would talk about crystals and, recent things going on. She ended up getting herself in this lawsuit after being brought on by this attorney that did the same thing to me, was just like, oh, I'll make you famous. Look at this other person making you famous. I think I had 500 subs at the time. I don't remember, maybe 1,000. I mean, my channel was doing just fine, doing what I'm doing right now, these morning streams and doing a nighttime stream also. I stream twice a day usually because there's lots of stories, and I have different aspects of different things going on. Lots of, there's so much. I wish there was 100 of me so that would get really boring. But yeah, this other LOLcow that wanted to get really, really busy, decided to jump in the fray and managed to start boosting up their channel, going from 1,000 to, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 subs, getting, tons of views on it, tons of eyes on it because of her hatred towards this person. They have since, we found out quite a bit that, this person has been grifting and raising money using a child and an elderly woman to get all kinds of money coming in that to the tune of about 100,000, somewhere around in there. She doesn't like to show the receipts of how much money she's actually brought in. She says, "Oh, I've got all the receipts," but doesn't show it, which is sort of against the law. But not enough of that. But she brings on this other somewhat, I don't know how to describe her, except she's got something not quite right there. I mean, she has been Baker acted before. She was an attorney up until the point that, and we're talking about doing guardianships. You've probably seen her face if you ever watched NBC or CNN or CBS. But yeah, she ended up, in lieu of punishment, she decided to, permanently retire. Permanently retired in Florida means you cannot practice without leave of the Florida State Bar, which means that they would probably bring back all of those charges against her. Like, not a really savory person. Her and her husband are a little, I don't know, there's some weird kink that they have about, just being shitty people to each other and the rest of the world. And it's catching up with them. All right, this couple, shit's catching up with them pretty damn fast. They actually are now in a lawsuit with Jeremy. That lawsuit is ongoing, and it doesn't look good because, like I said, she's a little unsavory, and anybody that she found to be, someone that she disagreed with, and we're talking about even her own family, she sued them. Libel, defamation, anything that she can come up with. Ex-employees sued them, and just kept coming at these people really hard, not knowing anything about what's going on in the case. Her own words, wanting to get both sides of the story, except only creating like really, really crappy stuff, to the point where she's got a Jewish man up on a cross, things like that just like really, really, really weird kind of stuff. And her and her husband got themselves in a little bit of a bind. And that bind, it's getting worse and worse for them. I mean, they've got court hearings coming up and multiple cases where they're being foreclosed on. And these are ongoing litigation. They're in a lawsuit against Jeremy, which is a beast of its own. She's being asked to have to concede to certain things because she's a vexatious litigant, in my opinion. If you're wondering what that is, means they like to file things just to never follow through. From her own words, is that she will file a lawsuit or anything like that to basically get their names. So what happens is if you do a Google search for Shizzy court cases, you'll find that Shizzywhiznut has been in a lawsuit and that she dropped. This is her behavior. She does this to people to harass. I don't think she realized that people like me, what does it matter? There's nothing there. Like, go ahead. Do a search. Like, that's the only thing that you're going to find about Shizzywhiznut being in a court case. Well, in the process of this, she's come after my family. She's involved other people, and these other people sort of involve themselves, and they like to intimidate, harass. They've threatened my wife. They've threatened my family. They've threatened me. And they've done this to other people also. And those people are also in multiple lawsuits. One of them has has spent a little bit of time in prison for basically using a blind man to almost start a trade war, those kinds of things, like some pretty unsavory shitheads. So, and it's, whenever you have to go through all this, you realize it's taken a half an hour just to get to this point. Because there's so much bullshit going on that they don't see. So whenever we run across someone like the LOLcow, everyone knows that Marciano, Marcano, whatever her name is, just call her LOLcow. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Whenever you run across someone like that, you're low hanging fruit. Because you're just out here, fucking up on YouTube. We see it all the time. And you're not seeing all of the other people that we've had to deal with over the past few years. Macchiato, date night disaster. I love that name. That's awesome. Date night disaster. That's really cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they paper the court. I mean, this is the crazy that we have to look at on a regular basis and go, what in the hell is up with these people? Do they not get it? They don't understand satire. And see, Tom, there's a lot of stuff because, I would have to catch everybody up on so much detail. And I would just say, go back and watch from the beginning. I mean, the only reason that I've even really gotten involved in a lot of this crap is because this idiot in Massachusetts decided to reach out to me and tell me how to run my channel. Bad idea. And if you've ever seen the intro to my morning stream, that letter that's up on the screen was my response to this idiot. And also, you've got, Larry Foreman read that letter with Megan Fox and Tug, and they were just, Megan Fox or Tug, I can't remember. I think it was Megan Fox reached out to me and said, "Do you mind if we read this?" Because they were much more following what was going on with this current lawsuit that is still ongoing. This psycho across the street has since then filed for bankruptcy. And it all gives the appearance that she's doing this to basically delay a case that's been going on for, we're working on 3 years. The stuff with who we like to call Lips and Chips has been going on for, it's coming up on a year next month. It'll be coming up on a year since she brought her suit against me, which ended up within a short period of time being dismissed. Therefore, me winning that case against her. Shizzy broke Larry. Yes, that is true. It did break Larry. He had never seen anything so ridiculous. And if you want to, you can always go back and look at all the open letters that I did. If you want to get caught up on a lot of my responses to them, they really didn't like my responses. And I do have to catch something here because I almost forgot. Stacy Nat, thank you so much. Stacy gifted 5 memberships. We love it. And this is where it starts. Stacy Nat, you wonderful, wonderful person. Look at this. We've got gifted 5 memberships to Sharon. Also to Gail. Elfie, the little one. Oh, yes. We also got Linda Kimball that has been gifted a membership. And Live to Give 74 was also gifted a membership. Thank you, Stacy Nat. Now, a little background on Stacy Nat is, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat this. Stacy Nat used to be on with this person we call the Flea, or Lisa Rapuzzi. Stacy Nat was one of her mods. Stacy Nat has her own channel. She does her own thing. It's quite fun if you like watching games and doing the whole rock thing. There's she's got her own thing going on. She did get involved with this pretty vile human being that has since like attacked her and other mods that have been on there. And Stacy Nat just said, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. I'm seeing things that I don't like, and started doing more of her own thing, which has been absolutely, good to watch. And it drives the fleet a little bit batty, just a little bit, because, she doesn't like that there's other people that are out there actually living their life and enjoying what they're doing. So yeah, Stacy's got her own stream. She used to, and she may still not like Jeremy Hales, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to like every single person. You don't have to like me, but all you have to do is hit the thumbs up if you don't like me, and it shows how much you hate me. Like, because I'm an awful, horrible person. Patrick W. gifted 5 memberships, and thank you very much, Patrick W. Those memberships mean so much to people. It's saying, hey, you are here, and we appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much, Patrick W. And that goes to Side Eyes Jess, one of the most loveliest people that I've ever had the opportunity to not meet during Dollywood. Good to see Side Eyes. Tom Gillis, yes, the Tom Gillis, actual real golf pro. Date Night Disaster coming in for the first time and grabbing up one of those memberships. That's beautiful. We've got the Megan Florida Blue Choice. I like that. I love that. Florida Blue Choice. Nice. And Linda. How you doing? How you doing? Linda Atarbox. I like that. I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's a really cool name. I like that. Linda Tarbox. Welcome to the shit show. It's good to see it. It's good to see it. It really is. Oh my. Aw. Yeah, see, big hearts. Yeah, I wish I could have met you during the Dollywood, but unfortunately, my happy ass was in France. That's what happens. That's what happens whenever, you don't plan things out properly like me normally do. I'm out of place now. Melissa Jane, how are you out of place now? Melissa Jane, you have now. If Melissa Jane is going to show up to Dollywood, I know that I will have to bend water to get there to meet the Melissa Jane. Yeah, I would have to, just have to. I've still got something for Melissa Jane. It's sitting in a box. I think it was a couple of years ago. I was like, I need to mail this out to you, and I still haven't mailed it. It's sitting in a box right over there. I'm like, damn it. You know how expensive it is to send things to Australia? No, I'll one of these days, because I think she sent me her address. I'll probably have to get it again and send it to her. It's the fuck octopus. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, Stacy Nat is awesome, very kind lady. Yeah, see that, and I think Strat, didn't she come over from over there? I don't know. I lose track of all of this. Thank you very much, Melanie. Am I welcome to the shit show? She wants to be welcome to the shit show. Yes, Melanie, you are welcome to the shit show. Thank you. Every single day. Yes. Oh, my stupid nails. Oh, yes. Yes, I could make it happen just for you. That's right. That's right. I'm thinking, summertime, low cut tops. We're all for it. We're all for it. She won't do it for expert, but she'll do it for me. See how it is? See, that's some love right there. She won't do it for expert, but she'll do it for me. Oh my gosh. All right. Now let's get into a little bit of this. I'm not going to go through every single document verbatim. I'm going to give a nice, easy breakdown. Like I said, I'm changing up a little bit of stuff just to make it easier. So in case you're wondering, you've got these defendants, which is, and I'll just highlight the names. That's Lips and Chips. So if you understand, I'm talking about Lips and Chips. I'm talking about the Michael. Yes, right, Michael. And the Leslie Federigos. Okay. Lips and Chips right there. So you understand where we're at right here. So what they did is they filed this response to amended motion to dismiss plaintiff's complaint. All right. Now, this was the last thing that they filed, talking about, we don't think that we should have to pay. And basically what the plaintiff, which would be Freddie Mac right here, they're basically saying they've stated a cause of action. Defendants argue the plaintiff failed to state a cause of action because plaintiff has not shown standing, does not attach exhibits establishing proper endorsement, doesn't attach blah, 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 blah. But the only problem is this is what they filed right here. Originally, this was filed by Freddie Mac saying, hey, this person owes us money. All right. And we're not talking about a small amount of money. We're not talking about, oh, this is just child's play. Oh, they forgot to make a few payments. No, we're talking about that the mortgage attached to it, which we're not going to read just because there's 38 documents and we would be here throughout the whole day. It's a complicated web of crazy people. Yes. Got to play the disclaimer. I will play the disclaimer, Wes. I will play the disclaimer, but this right here, it has to be shown first, which is neither made payable to the plaintiff, has been duly endorsed, blah, blah, blah. Select portfolio servicing is the servicer of the loan. And if you're wondering how much that loan is, well, let's zoom in there so you can see. $132,249.66. That is accruing. And that was mortgaged together with interest from April 1st, 2024. Think about this. They have not paid since before April 1st, 2024 with interest. And we're just talking about, imagine this is a 10, 20, 25% interest. How much money that's grown to for not paying their bills. Okay. Late charges, all costs of collection, including title search expenses for ascertaining necessary parties to this action and reasonable attorney's fees. They could be well into, and this is only one mortgage. They have two mortgages on different properties. They got themselves into a HELOC and didn't pay. Now, they reached out. They basically have these people that they joined in here. And the reason I'm reading this is because it has taken this long to actually get to this point. So here you go. This was 8/20/2025 that they filed this. All right. It went through all kinds of crap. It was slowed down because, Chips, remember you got Lips and Chips. Chips is the male, Lips is the female. They went through this process of, it was just Chips that filed bankruptcy. Michael, we don't have to, right, Michael? They managed to file a bankruptcy, which he didn't complete everything that he was supposed to complete. It was just a delay. Ended up getting it delayed a month, and all these things stayed, which ends up turning into 2 months because by the time they get things rescheduled, and then it comes back up, and then what happens is this right here. After all this time, they finally filed a response to this. This is document 25, and this is document 1. Document 1. The original complaint filed 8/20/25, and they finally responded to that on 6/29, but not before this right here. On the 11th day of June, earlier this month, very much earlier this month, they were required to show up in court. They didn't. Defendant failed to appear. The attorney was there. The defendant amended motion to dismiss complaint is denied. So they've been trying this whole time to have the complaint dismissed. They also filed amended complaints, and just sort of decided, on the 11th day of June that they weren't going to show up. And this was filed in open court on 6/11/26 with their response. was supposed to be due 11 days later, and here we are. Let's see if that was the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 22nd. Huh? Well, I can count, by the way, with one hand. Amazing. I'm brighter than your average retard. Trust me. And I'm very, very much not the brightest one here, but I think I can count. And well, it seems like they're a little late filing it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit late. But what they came back is they gave affirmative answers, basically admit, deny, 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 and then they put more of their same bullshit that they put in their amended complaint to dismiss. They're basically saying that they failed to establish any standing to foreclose, which they've already proven that they have, because this is right here. Plaintiff argued it failed to state a cause of action because plaintiff has not shown standing to what? Wait. So this is no different than the same thing that they filed before with their motion to dismiss. So it seems like it's more delay, which, you're sitting there going, what are you saying? The plaintiff has stated a cause of action. This was this is document number 23. And here they are in number 25 saying the same thing that they lost on in the first place. And basically they did a rehash of their original motion to dismiss. There's nothing different in this, all of it right here, talking about unclean hands, equitable defenses, all of this, the judge has ruled on. See, right here, the judge ruled on all of this. Defendant's amended motion to dismiss complaint is denied. Defendant has 10 days to answer the complaint, but they keep trying to throw these kinds of things in there, saying there's a violation of consumer protection statutes. That's already been dismissed. The defense knowledge, reckless or negligent connection with illegal lending practices. This has already been dismissed. This right here, the truth in lending, TILA violations, non-borrowing spouse rights. This has already been dismissed. And then they get down here to the remedies and all this kind of crack right here. The conclusion, they request that the court dismiss or deny plaintiff's foreclosure action. So they just basically filed another motion to dismiss. This will be the third time that they filed it. What do you think the court's going to do? I suspect that the court's going to say, yeah, we're moving on to trial. Was it filed properly? Yeah, that's what I suspect. And most likely they'll probably try to, fire up the bankruptcy again. I mean, this is the kind of crazy that people do whenever they're about to lose everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. They can't even seem to keep their driver's licenses without getting multiple tickets and then not paying them. It's weird that we have these kinds of crazy people that we have to deal with here on a regular basis, but that's the kind of crazy that we get to see. Now, going back to more of the crazy. So if you remember, I was telling you about the whole, lips and chips. Well, they're sort of the side quest. You've got your main quest here, which is Jeremy Hales and Lynette Preston. You got crazy stalker person that's done some really horrible shit, stated some horrible crap, allegedly, although they admitted to it, has a restraining order in the state of Ohio that Florida hasn't really been following through on like they're supposed to, which is another side quest. We'll get into that maybe next week. This original side quest, and then you've got the whole flea people that jumped in. You've got this other person that Jolene actually has probably had some dealing with, called David Helm. Well, David Helm got himself into a little bit of a pickle. just a little bit of a pickle. Sort of, there was some crazy shit happening there. He remember the original quest there. You got Jeremy Hales, Lynette Preston. You got these two people that are neighbors, and you got bad neighbor, you got other neighbor, and maybe, just a little fed up with bad neighbor harassing him. Well, because of that protective order that's going on, there's an order out there to not have any third-party contact. If you don't understand what third-party contact would be, it'd be like, I'm not supposed to talk to expert, but yet I talk to Baker to tell expert to, something needs to happen. That would be third-party contact. Them being good friends, me reaching out and, loud enough that expert can hear it, and, trying to play this off like, oh, I'm not really talking to them. I'm talking to Baker. If you happen to overhear, it's a little game that these people like to play. Well, David Helm went and reached out to Lynette. As you know, David Helm and Valhalla do a Lego stream. And David Helm decided to, he wanted to reach out, although he retired from YouTube, which he's done that multiple times. I never really understood that. He was retiring from YouTube, shutting everything down. He might pop on for a few, streams here and there. Well, he decided to have Jeremy on for a Lego stream, and Jeremy was like, well, that sounds good. The only problem is I don't have any Legos with me because I just don't have any Legos here. So he did a stream just talking about what was going on with this case. And towards the end of the stream, David Helm says, oh, by the way, I reached out to Lynette, and we had a really meaningful conversation. And do you want to comment on the video that I have? And Jeremy was just like, well, that sort of breaks the no third party contact here. I can't do this. You're sort of fucking up my case. Good job, asshole. And then leaves. Well, that didn't sit well with David Helm, so he decided to dig in a little bit harder, doing things like showing up to his property in Ohio, filming himself, having which wasn't at the time supposedly, but was secretly writing another side quest. We'll get into that later. Well, David Helm sort of, also to find Jeremy's residential area. Yeah, I know. Had some other side quest members on his channel. One of them, if you've ever watched Jolene, probably have seen their name out there. Excited Utterance, or I think she goes by a different name now. But I knew her as Excited Utters at the time. Just because, well, vile little creature. But decided to, have all of these people on, basically saying, telling people that they're going to try to destroy Jeremy Hales's YouTube empire. That was their goal, to tear him down. So David Helm got himself involved in what we call Fed 2. Jeremy brought him into Fed 2 because the behavior that he was exhibiting throughout all of this it was clear he was talking with these people and was having some, conversations that might not be quite appropriate, being that, he's in active litigation with them, and basically just generally stirring up shit, and I like Dave. I just don't like his behavior. Like, if you get him outside of YouTube, he actually seems to be a pretty okay guy. I mean, his behavior has been pretty shitty, and that's why whenever I say, like, Machado, I'm sure that if you met her outside of the internet, she might be an all right person, or she might be a shitbag like she is on the internet. I don't know. All I can see is what you show me. You show me that you're a shitbag on the internet, I'm going to assume that you're a shitbag on the internet. I've been on streams with David Helm. I never had any problem with him. I had a problem with this shit. This shit, not quite appropriate. Presently before the court, defendant Helm's motion. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. So in the process of getting himself a lawsuit, fast forward multiple years that this lawsuit has been going on. I think it's been well over a year now that this lawsuit's going on. In the process of it, the judge basically doesn't want to hear any of what's going on. He says, I don't think that you have enough here. And we've got multiple side quest characters that have jumped in since then. We will get into those at some point in time. Well, David Helm managed to end up getting a judgment in his favor. So basically, Jeremy dropped the case against another, what was it, 7, 8 defendants. Dropped that portion of it. Allowed instead of having it go into default, I know that he said that. I'm just me. We can get into that. That's, like I said, more side quest stuff. But the counts against multiple plaintiffs were dismissed with prejudice. Okay. Now you have to understand that Helms filed an anti-SLAPP almost at the beginning of his entry into this case. Now, if you don't understand what SLAPP is, it's, limited person, private person, those kinds of things. And basically it's, freedom of speech, saying I have the freedom to say these particular things. And whenever you're battling this out, you have to bring in an attorney for it to file anti-SLAPP. Basically because there's a lot involved in it that I couldn't even begin to explain because I'm not an attorney. Files an anti-SLAPP basically saying, I said what I said and there's nothing that you can do against me for saying what I said. It doesn't matter if I say vile, horrible things, no different than Turtle Boy has done, where he's said some pretty vile shit. He's allowed to do that. And that's what David Helm's outlook is on it too. I said some pretty vile things, but I'm allowed to do that. I have freedom. Prevents the big guy from shutting up the little guy. Yeah, there you go. Elfie, perfect. SLAPP prevents the big guy from shutting up the little guy. All right. So he filed this motion that basically says, hey, he was, according to the court's prior order determining entitlement to attorney's fees, respectfully moves this court for entry of an order determining the reasonable amount of attorney's fees and taxable costs be awarded in favor of David Helm. And against plaintiffs in support, they state as follow, that on April 24, 2026, the court entered its order directing the clerk to dismiss multiple defendants. So the case is still ongoing, but to dismiss multiple defendants, including Helm, with prejudice pursuant to federal rules of civil procedure and determining the defendant is entitled to recover reasonable attorney's fees. Okay. Now, what you have to remember is, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Nancy K. What you have to understand is that reasonable attorney's fees mean a couple of things. Now, reasonable attorney's fees, part of that is that reasonable attorney's fees would be in that particular area of law, if you're specialized in that particular area of law, which means you're not going to have to do as much research. You can pretty much look over a case pretty damn quick and see exactly what's going on. In that particular area of law, a certain period of time would be spent. It would be a reasonable amount of time. Also, your billing would be reasonable. So whenever they see reasonable attorney's fees, say, for example, if you're billing out $100 an hour, that's what your billing is. And a reasonable attorney in the same type of situation doing the same exact work would be charging, it would take them 10 hours to do a job. Okay. You're just saying billing out $100 an hour, reasonable attorney's fees, 10 hours, that's what the fees would be. And that's what you would plead. That's what you'd put in there. David Helm didn't do that. Okay. What David Helm did is he went and hired Mark Randazza. to come in as an expert, which I absolutely agree. Mark Randazza is probably one of the best in his field for SLAPP. And defendant is seeking an award of attorney's fees in the amount of $50,550. Now, the requested fees are reasonable under the lodestar method, so not under any other method except for the lodestar method. Okay. I'm not going to go into what the lodestar method is because there's no need to. It says in determining reasonable attorney's fees, the starting point in the circuit is the lodestar. That's what he's saying. Okay. Oh, they explain it right here, so I don't have to, which is calculated by multiplying the number of hours reasonably expended by a reasonable hourly rate. But it also has to be a reasonable attorney. That's the crux of it right here. Reasonable hourly rate is a prevailing market rate in the relevant legal community for similar services by lawyers of reasonably comparable skills, experience, and reputation. And you notice this right here where he says similar comparable skills. Lawyers of reasonably comparable skills, experience, and reputation. Now, Mark Randazza has reasonably comparable skills, experience, and reputation. Only problem is Helms's attorney doesn't. Pretty interesting once you look at it. And basically they say that these are reasonable, that they seek the following hourly rates. Christopher Gage, which is just a partner for his firm, $225 an hour is what he's been practicing for 10 years. His hourly rate is $225 an hour. These rates are reasonable, consistent with the prevailing market rates in Northern District of Florida for attorneys, legal professionals with similar experience handling comparable federal legal matters. And of course, then Randazza comes in. He's been in practice for 24 years, has reviewed the undersigned's claim times and rates, attested to the reasonableness. And well, Randazza says that the hours expended were reasonable and necessary, 101 hours litigated, the undersigned's declaration detailing the task, the review and analyze plaintiff's allegations and claims, conduct legal research regarding dispositive and procedural issues. Well, you shouldn't have to if you've already done this. Question you've had for so long. Shizzy is a shiz. Thank you. And then draft responsive pleadings and motions. Prepare and litigate the anti-SLAPP motion. Participate in conferences, communication with opposing counsels, review multitude of videos, why would you have to do that? Specifically discuss the case and relate, but you wouldn't have to if you filed an anti-SLAPP saying that I've already done what I was supposed to do. Prepare the instant fee motion, supporting materials, counsel exercising bill of judgment, excluded, excessive, redundant, clerical, otherwise unnecessary time entries prior to submission, which means that there was more than 101 hours that were spent on this. Crazy, isn't it? Thank you very much, Side Eyes. I appreciate that for the $4.99. And as always, your super chats are always appreciated. Oh my God, you just cleared up so many questions I've had for so long. Shizzy is a shiz. I try. I'm a little slow, but I tend to be able to understand some of this stuff. Now the lodestar amount is reasonable, and what they're saying here is applying the reasonable hourly rates to reasonable hours expend yields. So he basically doubled plus some for $500 an hour, bringing it up to $50,550. Total is reasonable in light of the complexity of the litigation. There was no complexity in the litigation. They never got through. Any half of the motions. Just because a case has over 218 at this point, 218 separate filings. 218 separate filings does not mean that it is a complicated case. It just means that people have been papering the fucking court, because some of these you have to understand were motions, amended motions, motions to dismiss, people that were dodging service, multiple people dodging service, and the amount of time and expenditure put into that. So he's claiming, well, $550,000 we're done on this, $500 an hour. Okay. Break it down to this action involved multiple parties, overlapping claims, defenses, blah, 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 blah. No need in reading all of this, just basically giving you what all was involved in it. They give you what the amount was, results obtained, Helm has achieved complete success in the litigation. Yeah, that would be true. He did win. I mean, he wins on that particular portion. But you also have to understand nothing was brought forward for the court to actually see. They found that, the defamation claims were not enough, that the feuds issues were not enough, that nothing that he was bringing forward was providing enough proof in the initial pleading. So that's why it was dismissed. Those factors support consideration of an enhancement to the fee award. Extraordinary result obtained, coupled with the complexity and demands of the litigation, demonstrate that requested fee award reasonable, blah, blah, blah. They request that the court enter an order determining that Helm is entitled to recover attorney's fees on the amount of $555,000 or $50,550. Sorry, get my words right here. And post-judgment interest as permitted by law and granting such other further relief on 6/26/2026. So he's expecting to get $50,550. Well, day before yesterday, there was a response. That response was plaintiff's unopposed motion for extension of time to respond to defendant Helm's motion for determination of attorney's fees, blah, blah, blah. And he says, there's that basically an extension of time. So what Randy asked for was an extension of time. Jeremy, Randy is Jeremy's attorney. Asked for a 30-day extension of time from July 10th, 2026 to August 9th, 2026 to file a memorandum in opposition to defendant Helms's motion for determination of attorney's fees. Now, basically, they give all the same information that he served his motion, July 10th. They're saying that Helm has no problem with filing for an extension. So they can thoroughly review the billing records, supported materials, prepare a meaningful opposition that protects the record and serves the interest of justice. It's made in good faith, early in the response window, not for the purpose of delaying it. There is some statement of facts. Then those facts are just basically what's happening, why we're entering this. The things that everybody agrees on, that there was a order granted to leave to file a third amended complaint directing entry of judgment. Gives you basically just a breakdown of where we are in the case right now. The complexity and scope of Helms's fee motion is they seek this $50,000 in attorney's fees based on a requested lodestar calculation of 101, enhanced rate of 500 hour. And these are things that they all agree on. Not that they agree to the amount, just that they agree that these are the facts that he put forward. He's agreeing that, yes, this is what he said. The motion is supported by all of these things right here. Gage attesting to the reasonableness of the fees, detailed billing records, expert affidavit from Randazza, and then opines that Helms's standard hourly rate which is shockingly low, or inappropriately low for his qualifications, that he opines that, and he recommends that he does this, that the lodestar rate should be not 225, but it should be 500 an hour. Reviews the billing entries and details, identifies certain entries as excessive, recommending specific reductions, and that this is all what Randazza did, concludes that reasonable fees after applying the enhanced rate is $50,550. And then, of course, their response to this is that the plaintiff, Jeremy Hales, needs a need for a counter expert review, basically bringing someone in that knows the billing for these slap motions and see that if it's correct. The opposing party's motion relies significantly on Randazza's expert opinion, not on what would be normal. So he's saying, hey, Mr. Randazza opines that these prevailing market rates for the Northern District of Florida for an attorney of Helm's experience exceeds the 500 per hour and suggests that the Laffey matrix, a widely used but DC-based fee schedule, supports this conclusion. However, inter alia, the Laffey matrix is not necessarily representative of rates in the Northern District of Florida, and Randazza's opinions warrant critical examination by a qualified counter expert familiar with the local market conditions. there's a possibility that the local market conditions could be much, much less than that, than what this guy is actually charging. Probably not, but could be. You can pay me $1 million for me to send this chat. How about I just give you a little bit of a
Squeeze my hog.
Ooh, gotcha, Melnin. welcome everybody to this morning's event of the shit show. You can pay me $1 million for sending this chat. Well, thank you, Melnin. I appreciate you. Sorry, I didn't even realize that I had paused, which was showing up on chat for me. Beautiful morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a scam. My $1,500 charge turned to $8,000 because my lawyer dragged it out. Yeah. But see, you can also have, you can debate a lot of that kind of stuff. Now, if somebody else is having to pay for it, then that's fine. But whenever you're having to pay for it because your attorney is dragging things out, there's certain things that, might have to happen for you to ever recover any of that. Now, an attorney of Helm's experience, blah, blah, blah. And I think they mean, I think he meant to say Gage's experience that exceeds all of this. Florida Rendazza's opinions warrant critical examination by a qualified counter expert familiar with local market conditions, and that to adequately respond to his motion, protect the record, and present a meaningful defense, they require additional time to retain a counter expert, allow the counter expert to sufficient time to review the billing entries, and draft a comprehensive memorandum in opposition. The request is the current deadline to respond is the 10th, only 14 days after service of the motion. It was made on June 29th, well in advance of the 10th deadline. And the argument is basically legal standard for extension time, telling you what the legal arguments are for this. And this is just general. You're going to find this as boilerplate kind of information. Like I said, most court pleadings are going to be pretty boilerplate information that you would see in any one of these kinds of motions, that they're making this request. They're granting the 30-day extension will not prejudice Helm. He does not object to the extension. It's their first request for an extension of time to respond to the fee motion. They've never sought additional time, demonstrating this request is not part of a pattern delay. Granting the extension will allow the court to consider it. Plaintiff's request, 30-day extension, modest, commonly granted period, responding to complex motions. And then they give a conclusion. For the foregoing reason, they just ask that the court grant a 30-day time to respond to that. And then also shows that he conferred with counsel. Okay. The judge did respond yesterday. So this is day before, and the judge responded yesterday. And this is his order on it. Presently before the court, defendant Helm's motion for attorney's fees 218, plaintiff's unopposed motion for extension of time to respond to the motion for attorney's fees 219, which we just read. As explained below, the order grants the motion for extension of time, requires Helm to supplement his motion for attorney's fees. Under the local rule, it must be accompanied by billing records and declarations to allow the court to evaluate the reasonableness of the sought amount. Now, Helm's motion for attorney's fees references billing records or entries being filed with the motion. But aside from listing counsel's hourly rate, the number of hour works, and the two entries that should be cut according to Helm's expert, the court is unable to locate any detailed billing records included with the motion. Thus, the court will require Helms to supplement his motion with detailed billing records. Ooh. This is coming from the judge. As to plaintiff's unopposed motion for extension of time, 219, the court will grant the request extension for good cause shown. Because Helm must supplement his motion for attorney's fees, the court will add a consumer amount of time for plaintiff's request extension of August 9th, 2026. And accordingly, it's ordered that on or before July 3rd, Helm must supplement his motion for attorney's fees. So he has to fix what he didn't file the first time. No, not really, Mon. I'll explain. Helm must supplement his motion for attorney's fees with detailed billing, records sufficient to allow court to assess the reasonableness of the requested amount. That means sufficient to allow the court to assess, not for Helm, but for the court to assess. So Helm has to supplement his attorney's fees with a detailed billing records sufficient to allow the court to assess. So the court is going to look at this and try to assess if there's any reasonableness to this. Now, they also grant an extension of time to the extent that plaintiff's response to Helms's motion for attorney's fees is due on or before August 14th, 2026. So instead of the 9th, he gave him until the 14th. Gwen is saying, I knew that 50K claims stank. Now, here's the thing. Because I've seen enough kind of court stuff to see a little bit of this kind of behavior. It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for an attorney to boost up the amount that they're wanting to get because they're wanting to absolutely get the most for their client and also to make sure that they get paid. They are going to request the highest amount that they possibly can. Also knowing that the other opposing counsel is going to seek the lowest amount that they possibly can. Okay, so you've got the highest amount, the lowest amount. And what they hope to do is both parties hope to get that somewhere in between. You know, a little bit of a negotiation has to happen. They're hoping to see eye to eye. Now, whenever it gets down to the nitty gritty on all of this, usually they will get within a few thousand, if not a few $100 of one another and calculating this. And that'll be the amount that is agreed upon. And there might be concessions and all of that. I mean, you know, there could be concessions that, you know, for this amount to be paid that Helm has to sign an NDA. Who knows? You could have any number of things happen in between. This is where the negotiation starts happening for it. This is sort of non-attorney stuff that happens. This is where the money gets exchanged. Both parties are going to be unhappy with the amount. They're going to be unhappy with the exchange because he wanted more, he wanted less until they come up with an agreement and it's done and over. So yes, Helms's amount is going to be much higher because he wants to get a lot less. The lowest amount, zero? No, well, it will be the lowest amount, zero, because there is attorney time spent. Randy recognizes this. He knows that there was time spent on that attorney doing it. And that's why the court is asking for billing records, because he's saying 101 hours for 3 filings. Was it actually necessary for you to sit down and watch hours upon hours of streams and bill for it? Probably not. Most likely not. Would it be reasonable to say that you had to watch one particular one that had to do with this? Yeah, that's a high possibility. But was it necessary for you to spend 101 hours watching videos? Whenever your part of the case only dealt with one small portion of it, that's what the court will look at, and they'll try to determine whether that's reasonable or not. And I'm saving some stuff here. Save, boom. I think that's in here. 219. Yeah, that one there. Save. Hold on. I'm having to close a whole bunch of tabs. And that's the crazy part of what I have to do. It's so crazy. Now, I hope that gets you guys caught up with it because, well, you know, I have to deal with a lot of idiots, and I'll show you some of the idiocy that I've had to deal with over the past, I don't know, what do you call it? year, 2 years. Wes, good to see you. Wes is celebrating 14 months of memberships, a Lego Death Star set, and that's my final offer, Jeremy.
Welcome to the ship show.
Thank you, Wes, for being here for 14 months, you fine human being. I know you love this song because you like getting that fish out there that goes.
Everybody's such you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid predicaments, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Oh, yeah. I knew you would like that. I knew you would like that. You always, and I think, oh, I know where it is. I was looking for a document that it's just, and I want to make sure that I get the wording right, because, you know, I'm trying to be a stickler for this kind of stuff. So I want to make sure that I get the wording right. Oh, I know where it's at. I don't even have to search for it. All I have to do is, I don't even have to pull up the document. I'll just read it to you, because, you know, why would I want to pull up the document and show it to you? Because as we know here on the YouTubes, you don't have to provide receipts. You just take people's words for it. Isn't that right? Isn't that how it works? That's how it operates. I'm pretty sure that's how it operates. You're not supposed to give, like, you know, detailed information or actually show anything about this kind of stuff, because, well, if you do, then, you know, they all get all butthurt and they're just like, oh my gosh, how dare Shizzy read any of my stuff? How dare he read things that he's not supposed to read? Oh, woe is me. Well, woe is me is one of these people that we like to call Vomit. Now, if you don't know who Vomit is, Vomit has an issue with Substack that he likes to send out emails, crazy emails on a regular basis. Now, he doesn't understand that I actually have a show. I do this show. I do a stream for you twice. 2 times a day. I'm covering multiple different aspects. I'm covering everything from Laura Owens to Sharilla to Hales to Macchiato. I mean, there's so many different things, so many different balls up in the air at any given point in time. It's called content. Read my Substack. So he sent an email to me yesterday, and it was you guys going to cover the mochi attached. Like, you seem to put out like a lot of content lately. Well, no shit. In case you haven't noticed, that's what we've been doing constantly. It hasn't been lately. It's been constantly. I do 2 streams a day. We need a guitar show. Strat Lover, that's the thing. I would have to get extra equipment to plug in to actually make it sound good. Just playing over a microphone doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. But this one slipped through. No, nothing slipped through. I still haven't read Paint Chip's thing. Imagine suing 12 people, losing, paying your lawyer, and paying for other people's fees a few times along with that. Do you agree? What are you asking me to agree to, stupid? So I responded in typical Shizzy manner. I just said, well, imagine being such a pathetic, delusional mental midget that you cold email strangers with a single motion for attorney's fees from one person, not 12. You can't even get the basic facts right, conveniently ignoring that there has already been a response filed. You know, that little filing? Yeah, the one that asked for time to rebut. Now, I wrote this before the filing came in, where I guess I should update him and tell him there was another filing, you mental fucking midget. Then you gloat like you've achieved something, Vomit, other than being a shining example of what happens when you ignore everyone who tried to warn you. It must be extra lonely now that even your chubby wife Paint Chip won't listen to you anymore. I bet you're really regretting burning that bridge with Megan Fox, your former best friend. I remember she tried to tell you about these people, didn't she? Too bad you're too dense to listen. Not that anything sticks to that smooth brain of yours, I have multiple projects that I'm involved in. For example, I haven't even gotten into your wife's polyflop filings yet, which is, you know, maybe one of these days I will. Why do you let him abuse you like that? I mean, is it your kink? Him talking over you, demeaning you over and over and over and over again? And who is the top? Who is the bottom in that relationship? How is that fundraiser going? Has mommy added more money to your fundraiser so you can keep writing hit pieces? I will assume that you are a little slow, you know, with all that summer heat, the Fleabags channel turning on you, having a hard time keeping the people you write about out of jail, you know, the messy details that you overlook. All the best. Read my Substack! Exclamation points for extra emphasis. Well, he responds and says, I didn't say there would 12. I said there would be more. Of course, there's a response file, but Helm will get his fees and he won't be the only one. Really? So you're a predictor. You're a predictor of the future. Well, that came along really good at a perfect time because Tug responded. Tug's response was oh so glorious. Oh, Michael, did you miss me already, baby? Is that why you're crawling into my inbox again? So much for narcissists have to have the last word. Smiley face. Okay, that's okay, though. I saw that mean old paint chips making you pull out your few remaining hairs. Poor baby. Sad face. And the kitchen looked a little bare too. Maybe Mama will buy and stack those groceries just right. Oh, and maybe we can read my Substack. Maybe I'll even pretend I don't hate my life. Right, Michael? That was Tug's response. Tug is a thug. Yes, Tug came back with and said, hey, oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. You poor little soul, you. You poor little soul, you. See, we don't work on, you have to understand that on YouTube, we don't work at other people's whims and wills. We work at our own whims and wills. If we feel like we want to cover something, we cover it. And some, you know, subpar journalist that can't even manage to raise more than $7 in his fundraiser to write hit pieces might be, you know, might be going to show that he's got problems. He's got problems. Unlike me with Jiraiya Lama says, I love just a guitar opening for his show though. A guitar opening? You mean like opening up a box? Like opening up a box or a nice guitar intro, you know, a little playing of the musics. Thank you, Jiraiya. I appreciate you. Well, that's not the only crazy stuff that happened yesterday. Someone seemed to get just a little angry at me. Just a tad bit. Just a small tad bit. I think I should share it with you guys. Let me see if I can open this thing up. I'm not sure it's going to, no, last time I tried doing this, it wouldn't let me do it. So it appears that the macchiato, and I'm going to see if I can slow this down because it seems like it's playing really, really fast. Let's see if, okay. Or she probably just talks that really fast, or whoever recorded it and sent this over to me, because I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. Like I do rely on you guys, chat. Like play an intro to what? And like play guitar for an intro. I don't have the equipment here to do it. That's the problem. I just don't have the equipment here. What? Somebody got angry at me. No, really? I don't know why they would ever get angry at me. That little shit. I am going to hurt him. No, I've got a dog that likes to bark. He is a 3-pound Yorkie, and he likes to stand outside my back door and bark. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear him. I can hear him through my headphones. Gack, gack. Yeah, we're watching our neighbor's pup. He's pretty awesome. And let's see. I think, yeah, I'll have to do this. Now you may end up getting a little bit of echo, but that's okay. You'll survive through it. Somebody got angry at me. Oh yeah, somebody got a little angry at me. My Yorkie, my parents had one. Well, bark, bark. So the macchiato decided to get a little angry yesterday. She doesn't know who the Shizzywhiznut is. She doesn't even know how to say the name, just like she doesn't know who DUI guy is. Just like she doesn't know who DUI is.
I can direct us to it. I just don't know what it is about them. I'm crazy obsessed with watching them.
See, crazy obsessed.
I just picked up my phone and I got a notification and it says, Morning Whiz and Coffee, Machado Meltdown Edition.
She, sweetheart, you really need to work on your reading. Really work on your reading skills. Yes, that was my stream yesterday.
Who are these people? Shizzywhiznut?
What? Shizzywhiznut? Shizzy, whatever your name is. Yeah, that's that. Why do you think I have that under my name? Shizzywhiz, whatever. Even Ricada was just like Shizzywhiz, whatever. Where do you think I came up with that? Yeah, let him in. He will steal the show. We don't need any more obsessed weirdos. Oh, yes. Oh.
Good morning, you beautiful caffeine-powered chaos goblins. Today we're pouring the coffee strong because apparently Jessica Machado woke up and chose YouTube drama rant extended director's cut. Now I'm going over what she said about Cyberchick, and let me be clear right out of the gate. We are not doing the Trust Me Bro version. We're going to play it, pause it, pick it apart, and ask a very simple question people seem terrified of. Does what she said actually match reality, or is it just another emotional TED Talk from the Department of Delusion? Because there's a big difference between here are facts and I'm so mad now so everybody gets a villain origin story. This is a YouTube channel who, when did they do this?
That would have been from 7 to 9 yesterday. So yeah, see, 7 to 9 yesterday. You know, I take that back. 6 to 9. I streamed from 6 to 9 yesterday, Machado. Yeah. The reason you don't know who I am is because I am not part of any what do you call it? Free Karen Reed or support Karen Reed or down with the Karen Reed. I'm not part of Karen Reed's community. Like you are so inside your little bubble, which I understand. We all do that. We get inside our little bubble and we only have so much bandwidth to cover certain things. Like I don't know all of the people dealing with Laura Owens. I know like some of the main players, but like the content creators outside of that, I really don't, I couldn't tell you who 90% of them are. I mean, I know that we've got Dave Neal. I know that we've got, we've God, I forget her name. Oh, you got like Schnitzel Ninja that, gets a lot of the recording. We've got Rosalind Duke. We've got like other people that are covering it our streams have crossed. There's all these people that are involved, but I don't know every single player, every single person that's saying everything, which I wouldn't expect that you would know that either, because I'm not part of the Karen Reed stuff. I didn't cover any of the Karen Reed stuff. I watched some of it because I was watching Baker, so I would catch some of his streams and sort of get a good general idea of what was happening. But there was so much other stuff going on that I didn't have time to really focus on what was going with Karen Reed. So I've never talked with Turtle Boy. I know who he is, but I've never talked with him. I couldn't carry on a conversation with him because I don't know anything about what's going on with him. That's the kind of the stuff that you sort of catch up on. You're like, oh, this is what happened. Like it was perfect watching Megan last night. After I finished my stream, I put that on because I was working on some other stuff. I was able to go, oh, I didn't know this happened. I didn't know this happened. This really sucks, which, gives me a little bit more information. So what she doesn't understand that I spent time over a year ago with the broken baker, sipping coffee in the morning, talking, having conversations that will never be shared with other people because those are private conversations, just between the two of us. They don't, she doesn't know this, that I actually have friends outside of YouTube that, we've met face to face. We've broken bread. I've said this yesterday. If she wants, she can go back and listen to the stream where I say this. Might be a good idea for her too, to understand that, Cyber Chick, even before I met Baker face to face, I had Cyber Chick on for one of my cult streams. These are where we look at cults, and everything that I've seen from a lot of these bunnies over there has been very cultish. It is almost mirroring the same behavior that you'll see from Jeff and Shalia. Divine is what they try to call themselves, but it's the same behavior, so much so that she's telling those people in her chat that if they don't change their name to remove anything to do with Chick or Cyber, that she's going to ban them, and they blindly do it instead of putting their foot down and say no, this is my name on the YouTubes. I'm not changing my name to satisfy your fucking little desire. Yeah, Cyber Chick is amazing. And is she perfect? No, she's got her flaws. I mean, it's not my fault that she's a lib. It's not my fault she's a lib. It's okay, but I still love her anyway. See, we can completely agree on the behavior of Jeff and Shalia. I like to call her Shillelagh. We can agree that behavior is not acceptable at all. We can agree on, multiple other aspects. Just because we vote differently doesn't mean shit. The behavior that Macchiato has exhibited towards her, we can both agree that's absolute garbage. It was, and she'll tell you, she goes, yeah, I probably approached certain things wrong, but I did what I did at the time. I make no qualms about it. The response was vitriol, and that's what we watched yesterday. Is Macchiato's absolute vitriol response. I don't have to be some big player in your scheme. This is what she's looking for, is validation of her bullshit. That's why she was jumping on Megan's little thing, going, you should reach out and have me on. We can talk about this. You really don't want to do that. You really don't, Macchiato, you really don't want to go on Megan Fox's and try to give your side of the story, because she's not going to let you get away with your shit. I mean, go for it. If she has you on, that would be an interesting conversation, but don't think that she's going to become your best bud and and do any sort of little DMs with you, because here's the thing. She can't trust you. You've proven yourself to be untrustworthy. You've absolutely proven yourself to be untrustworthy. The kind of shit that you pulled against Turtle Boy, against Broken Baker, you have no scruples as far as getting this information and then showing it to the rest of the world. Private conversations that should never, ever be put out on the interwebs. Ever. But you've done it anyway. So I don't expect you to know who I am. Just know that I'm still going to continue doing what I do. And if it means that your ass is going to get roasted, well, you might want to just butter it up.
3 hours ago, went on a, do you see what I'm talking about?
No.
Is this a male or a female?
Well, if you would have clicked on the thing, you would have actually been able to see that it's clearly masculine. If you don't understand, no, I mean, I am a closet lesbian, just so you know there, Macchiato. Yes, I like to get in there and, spread the love.
Shizzywhiznut, Shizzywhiznut.
She can't even say the name. It's this little thing where you spell it out. Shizzywhiznut. you know, I'm surprised that you were running for school board. You can't even fucking read simple words. God, Shizzywhiznut is so easy to read.
Okay, let me just. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on a second.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let me just give you an example.
Example. Here you go. Example. I love these. Tap, 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 tap.
Hold on. Let's do this.
Yeah, do it.
Right? Is
do
this
it.
them?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
me.
so this is the account.
Yeah, that's me right there.
This is what they did. This is okay.
I am Voldemort.
So see this right here. So this is me, right? This is my glasses, my beautiful.
Know that? Are you saying you're a cow? She just called herself a cow. Did you hear that? Good job, Macchiato. She says that is her. Wow. I got to hear that again. That was pretty awesome. I got to hear that again.
My beautiful shell earrings.
Oh, they are?
My beautiful shell earrings. Right? This is my glasses.
Oh, okay. Now, what did she say? That I got to hear that again.
So see this right here. So this is me.
That's her? That's her? Wow. The LOLcow? She's saying that that's her? She's a cow? Oh, I thought it was pronounced Shizzywhiznut all this time. Shizzy? Shizzy! Shizzywhiznut! LOLcow! Oh, that's her?
Right? This is my glasses, my beautiful shell earrings.
On a cow. Just note that. Note that. Just like the flea is the walrus. Yeah. I mean, those are her glasses and her earrings on a cow. And she says that's her. So she's saying she's a cow. Okay.
This is supposed to be me. And then this over here is also supposed
to be you
with my glasses and my earrings. Do you guys see, like, this is what I'm dealing with on a daily basis? So
what? Pictures of a cow? Good Lord. Wow. Moo moo. Moo moo. How do you know I wasn't talking about your milkers? I mean, I don't know. We have rage pigs also. I mean, what would she have said? I mean, a cute little cow. Does she have something against cows? She has something against cows. I'm pretty sure the cows are triggering to her. Sounds very, very, very much like what she hates the most. One of those little snowflakes. my tears. My tears.
I just went and pulled up my phone simply just to go look at something on Instagram, and I got a notification because they mentioned my account, and this is what I'm dealing with every single solitary day.
No, you're only dealing with it until you stop being, a LOLcow. She hates the cows. She really does. The cows are triggering to her. I think, cow emojis would be appropriate. I'll have to make a new one. Get me some cow emojis in there. Cow emojis. I'm working on those. So emojis. It's been a while since I've done any emojis for my channel. That's note to self. Make cow emojis. Shizzy, make cow emojis for the channel. Yeah, I got to write this down. I know that sound. That's the sound of a water hammer. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's the sound of a water hammer. That's not a good sound. I hate whenever I hear that sound. It's hard in the morning. She likes it white. Yeah, I got a water hammer. Huh. And that I think has to do with something else. I can't stay off the internet. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. Why does she drink? Why does she drink old milk? I don't know. That she's trying to take their life force away. She's trying to take their life force away. That's why. So triggered. She ran for the school bus board. Then you know she can't read. None of those educated elites can read, write, or do math, especially understand the science. I know, it's so crazy. But it seems to be very triggering to her that, you know, like a cow saying, LOLcow. LOLcow. Do you not understand what the LOLcow is? It is an LOL cow. You know, the LOLcow. But oh no, that triggered her. Like, I deal with this every day. Well, sweetheart, it's probably not going to stop. It's probably not going to stop until you stop misbehaving. I mean, it's really really simple. They don't understand. By the way, good to see Yamaha. Good to see Yamaha. And TJ Finn said she's working on a new book. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. LOLcow. Yeah. She seems to be very upset about it. Seems to be very, very upset about it. She's probably upset that, you know, she's getting called out. And, you know, she never expected a body check. You know, she got on the skates, she got on the ice, started sliding around, going, look at me, how awesome I am. I'm bobbing, I'm weaving, you know, I'm making these goals. My sub count's going up. I got the monies rolling in. Look at me. I got a whole little group of people that hate the same things that I hate because I tell them what to hate. Look at me, I'm going along. And then she runs into, you know, just one little problem. And she finds out that she's not the bee's knees, that there's other people out there on the ice also, and she can't just run rampant. You know, it's really easy to, you know, whenever you're on ice during practice and you're shooting those goals and you're just like puck after puck is going into the net, and then all of a sudden you actually have the real game. Where you gotta show your skill. And she was found lacking. She was found wanting. Yeah. You mess with the wrong people's macchiatos. You mess with the wrong people. You came after one of the kindest people that I've run into on the interwebs. And you started harassing him. And he took it from you. He said, no, you know, I don't do the internet drama. I'm not getting involved in this. And he kicked back. What you didn't expect is there's people that love the internet drama. They love to look at every single aspect of this and call out the bullshit that they see. She got her udders checked. Yeah. Someone came up and they said, nope. Not today, LOLcow. It's not a gang up. It is people seeing the behavior and seeing how it affects their friends that they're responding to you. If you don't want them responding to you this way, then step the fuck back. I'm not saying you need to get off the interwebs. No, absolutely not. Continue doing what you're doing. Double down. Tell people that you're going to be a mean old bitch. Yeah, just go for it. Because we've, you know, we're here for the shit show. I mean, this is what we live for. We live for watching people spiral into oblivion. We've seen it before. You're not the first. You won't be the last. I remember that there was one person that was on here that spiraled so bad that they ended up shutting down their YouTube channel and leaving. They spiraled pretty bad. Why? Well, those kinds of things happen. Those kinds of things happen. That's, I guess, the best description you can give of it is these kinds of things happen. And, you know, the more that you get involved in your bullshit, you know, in this kind of bullshit, you're going to find out that people are not going to want to be any part of your stupidity, your insanity, your craziness. They're just like, I don't have time for your silliness. Never did, never will. And you're going to find that happens quite often in this space, that people are going to not want to listen, that they tune out, that they say, okay, I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough. And they will call you out on it. And, I guess the best way to do this is with a little song. A little song. You got to give them a little song, because a little song makes it so much better. If you're wondering, it's all about me. And Macchiato, I'm telling you, reach out to me. I will write you a song just like this.
Me. Me. I drink whole milk, I talk real loud. I say I'm better than the whole damn crowd. The phone start ringing like, how could they laugh? I was only joking. Dish it, sell it, say it, but you know it's all about me. But hurt for a while. Say it with a smile. I'm the queen of this thing. I can be mean, I can throw fire, but how dare you call me a liar? It's me, mirror, screen, and everything in between. I'm the headline, I'm the victim, I'm a fucking mean girl machine. Whole milk macchiato, extra foam, 3-hour meltdown from the comfort of home. I don't need nobody, I swear I'm good. I've seen every clip and every comment in the hood. I hate reaction channels till they react to me. Then suddenly I'm famous in my own tragedy. Poking, prodded, but you know it's all about me. But hurt for a while. Say it with a smile. I'm the queen of this thing. I can be mean, I can throw fire, but how dare you call me a liar? It's me, mirror, screen, and everything in between. I'm the headline, I'm the victim, I'm a fucking mean girl machine. I said I'm better, I said I'm tough, said keep it coming, then said enough. I said I'm honest, I said I'm real, I will say what I want, calling you names. I don't care about your fears. I'm the queen of this thing. I can be mean, I can throw fire, but how dare you call me a liar? It's me, mirror, screen, and everything in between. I'm the headline, I'm the victim, I'm a fucking mean girl machine. No one can tell me what to do. Beneath
You could just give me a call, say, hey, I'll have you write my intro song. You may not like it, but you can tell me that you don't like it. And we can do things like just create a whole new video for you. I mean, I could do that. I mean, look, I created this cool little intro for CSI. Created a nice little audio for her that she uses. Say it to me one more time. Just like this. Here we go.
Hear ye,
I could do one like this.
Court is in session.
Yeah.
Grab your snacks, this one LOLcows obsession. Some big girl lit the drama burner. Now that LOLcow wants a broken boner. She said he's boring, but she stayed in chat, spinning out like a method bat. Denmark calling from across the sea. How'd this drama get attached to me? Sunglasses on, everybody looks shady. One cop shows up and they all go crazy. Was it swatting? Was it not? Girl is screaming, the water's too hot. Pot roast cold, husband mad. Everybody acting like they've been had. Receipts got waved, but the proof got thinner. Now the courtroom's missing dinner. LOLcow wants a broken boner, crying online like she needs a donor. Denmark, thirst trap, Tennessee shades, whole damn chat, whipping out blades. LOLcow wants a broken boner and that mouth. Now she's a loner, expert in shades. Valhalla stay calm, Baker got blamed for the drama bomb. Bunny's hopping with the diamond signs, watching every chat and drinking boxed wines. Don't say his name, don't play his clip. Too late, girl, you started this shit. Called him dirty, called him dull. Timeline ate her whole damn skull. Tried to spin it, tried to sell. Internet rang that dinner bell. Prove it wasn't me, she cried, while the comment section picked a side. One welfare check, one room a trade. Now everybody's feeling drained. Pot roast cold, husband loud. Drama queen lost in the crowd. Receipts got stretched, the story got older. Now the baker's looking colder. LOLcow wants a broken boner, crying online like she needs a donor. Denmark, thirst trap, Tennessee shades, whole damn chat, whipping out blades. LOLcow wants a broken boner and that mouth. Now she's a loner, expert in shades. Valhalla stay calm, Baker got blamed for the drama bomb. Valhalla said, let's keep it clean. Expert looked like the coolest meme. Baker said, I didn't ask for this, but the cow came back with a hit list. Flashlight screenshots, hearts in text. Everybody asking, what's this?
I love it.
No one knows and no one should, but the drama tastes too damn good. One cop don't make it SWAT, her bullshit don't make it fact. One cow don't run the farm, but she wanted to sound the alarm. LOLcow, here she comes, typing with her angry thumbs. LOLcow sounds her horn, LOLcow begging for the broken boner. LOLcow wants a broken boner, crying online like she needs a donor. Denmark, thirst trap, Tennessee shades, whole damn chat, whipping out blades. LOLcow wants a broken boner and that mouth. Now she's a loner, expert in shades. Valhalla stay calm, Baker got blamed for the drama bomb. Internet drama can't move on. Watch the lives till after dawn. Food got cold, heart's not warmer. LOLcow wants and needs a broken boner. A broken boner.
Oh, yes. I mean, how can you resist something like that? I mean, come on. How can she not love this banger? I know, Side Eyes. Thank you for the $1.99. How can she not like this? How can she not like that song? I mean, it is what I do best. It is what I do best. If you don't believe me, just go look at my extensive catalog of music. I write fun music. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's like, but overall it's better than quite a bit of stuff that you see out there. It's like, Just saying. Some of it might be like pretty straight up. I mean, I've got intros. I've got all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've got birthday songs. Like whenever people have a birthday, I play this.
Joyful time, it's your special day. Gather round, we're here to say happy birthday, happy birthday. You're the shining star, let's celebrate you no matter where we are. Tequila and margaritas, party through the night. Cake and candles, the mood is just right. As the candles flicker, make a loving toast to the one we adore the most.
Happy birthday. I mean, come on. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, you guys have seen, you know, the intro that I put on here for, you know, whenever Tug shows up, or the one that I did for Venom. I mean, you've seen Venom's intro, right? I mean, how can you miss that? I did one for the Rogue Mama. Yeah. Yeah, I did Stinky Poo. Everybody remembers Stinky Poo. I mean, come on. I've got so much out there. And this is just what I do for fun. Imagine what I could do if I actually put my mind to it. I mean, really, come on, hit me up, Machado. I'll do you right. I'll do you a solid. I won't even charge you. But if you want video, then I would have to charge you. Like it would have to be, you know, because I'm not going to do some substandard thing. You know, I won't even put earrings on a cow. I mean, I'll do a cow for you if you want to be a cow, I can do it. Or I could make you like into a total rage pig. It would be absolutely, I mean, you said that you're going to rage pig out on everybody. This is not what you said. That was what you're going to be doing. Is you're going to double down because that's what ChatGPT told you to do. Said turn into total rage pig. That's a really smart move. But hey, you know, everybody's got their shtick. That could be yours. You could be like Rage Pig. Rage Pig does whatever Rage Pig does. You totally do that. I mean, why not? I mean, I could make you famous. I could make you totally famous. Like you would have the best intro ever. You know, it would be great. And happy birthday, Roundman. Good to see you. The breastfed psycho. Yeah, anything. You're 63 today. Congratulations. Well, if that's the case, well, you know what we've got to do. We've got to get you the happy birthday song. This is for you. Today, Roundman. Roundman, happy birthday. Say, wish Roundman a happy birthday. It's your special day. Gather round. We're here to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You're the shining star. Let's celebrate you no matter where we are. Tequila and margaritas, party through the night. Cake and candles, the mood is just right. As the candles flicker, make a loving toast to the one we adore the most.
Mad LOLcow disease. Oh, you guys are good. Happy birthday, Roundman. Oh, Freckled Ginger celebrates 16 months of memberships. Love listening to you live in the morning again. Well, thank you, Freckled Ginger. Thank you so much, Freckled Ginger. I enjoy being here in the mornings. I appreciate you. And 24. That you've changed the name to Freckled Ginger 2024. I love it. Oh, my hog. Oh, shame on me. Shame on me. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Freckle Ginger. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Everybody, I'm going to call it a day. Well, call it a morning because, you know, I'm going to send you guys over to go see Mo in the Deep End, which will be back on with me tonight. We'll probably be going over a little bit of the Lower Owen stuff, maybe some extra stuff, but that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the Lower Owens and go from there. And Roy, you've been here for 20 months of membership.
Who's my hog?
Oh, you know what? I think I know what my next video is going to be. I think I know what it's going to be, and it's going to be fun, and it'll only be on my channel. I know exactly what it's going to be. You're going to love it. You are going to love it. I guarantee you. Thanks for this. Thanks for going stream so early. Yes. I am enjoying doing the early morning streams. The 6 to 8 is where I feel really good at. And then I do an evening stream from 7 to 9. And then, you know, I'll usually shoot people over to Megan and Tug if they're on, which they usually are during the weekdays. And then, of course, I don't do a morning stream on Friday because I'm on with Mo in the Deep End Friday mornings. And sometimes we get Volstorm to come on. Whenever we do, then it's the three of us that just do a nice early morning stream. And it's a little bit later in the morning. But, you know, that's what I do on Friday. So Monday through Thursday, you can find me here. As long as I haven't drank too much the night before, you know, because I'm a baby drunk. I'm baby drunk. I don't know what that means, but a baby drunk, you know, so at least that's what I was told, that I'm a baby drunk. That and the Shizzy Dumb Nuts, that one too, you know, so we got that one going for us. You know, the Shizzy Dumb Nuts was always a special place to be, but I am a special kind of person. You know, I feel special on a daily basis, not because I walk into doors or anything like that, but, you know, maybe because I stubbed my toe on a, you know, 10-pound Yorkie, which is licking his feet. Hey, stupid. Stop it. Okay. Now you just looked up at me like, what? I'm licking my feet. What are you disturbing me for? Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in a few hours. Peace. Peace.
The only mentally challenged one here.
Ooh, baby. Morning's here again. So let's do this, sugar. And no cream. Wake up slow, take that first sip. Shizzy's got 'em slipping, losing their grip. His moves so smooth to start your day. What you gonna do? Oh, you know the way. You know Papa don't flinch, don't blink. Ooh, baby, he's sharper than you think. Morning Whiz, take it in. Shizzy's got a whole new spin. Fools keep falling, truth's on fire. Papa Nut just lit the pyre. Oh no, they tried to come for him. Look at those fools looking so dim. They poke, they scratch, they beg, they plead. But I'm right here, waiting for my daddy to lead. Pour it black, shake off the night. Shizzy's tease and get me going just right. Morning Whiz, start the show. Sip it slow, let it flow. Fools are crying, game's been set. Ooh, baby, they ain't seen nothing yet. Now that's a morning sugar. Coffee's hot and burning. And Shizzy Daddy, oh, he's just getting started. Come on, Daddy, get me some of that something.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.